it's the end of game one of the finals. LeBron has 40 some odd points. He has basically
49 to be exact. I remember this for a reason. Sorry.
He was dominating them. He was playing incredibly well. He's got Steph Curry on him, which is the goal of the last 4 seasons, 4 NBA Finals. The game is, how can we get LeBron on Steph every single season, every single series?
Yep.
So they get what they want, right? I'm gonna run the play. So I'm gonna stop right here. So now Draymond took his eyes off Hill, right? Takes his eyes off George Hill and allows George Hill to make an easy cut because he doesn't want LeBron to drive into the basket here. Same thing with Durant. If J.R. Smith had cut here, I think the same thing happens.
This is why, by the way, Klay Thompson was the best defender in the Warriors, just to let you know.
Okay. So Klay obviously is down here. He's going to have a hand on George Hill, and he's going to
I like how you just
ignore
me. Like, okay. Just keep on moving.
It moved right into what I was going to say.
Yeah. No. Because if you look, could you just rotate that back just to 4 seconds? Look at everybody, and I don't even understand why Draymond is doing this. Like, these 3 guys. Oh, you guys can't see my fingers, but the 3 guys between you really got 4 guys paying attention to LeBron James all at the same time.
So we got 1 pair of eyes, 2 pairs of eyes, 3 obviously, 4. Really, there's 1 eye here and 1 eye on Corbin.
Yeah. So, but the whole thing, he's not looking at LeBron at all. And I think his job in this defense was to check for Draymond's man, because he never looks at LeBron here. He only looks at Corbin and Draymond's guy. I think he was waiting for that cut.
Maybe. And
look, he never looked at LeBron at all. Like, he literally just he tried to grab him because he saw the cut happening.
Yeah, but there was no. I'm sure he was told, help me if something like that happens.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody get a free layup. But I'm sure he wasn't told, you're guarding these 2 guys at one time.
No. Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is just that he's the only guy not just focused on LeBron. Maybe that was his role though in the defense. But I always thought that Klay was the best defender. Everybody hyped up Draymond, but Klay was just.
Well, Klay, you like guard defenders more than you like big men defenders, anyways.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I just Klay.
Side for that so much more.
His role was so critical on both sides, and it was like he's just like, I feel like he just looked past. Like,
here's another view of it. So he is looking at LeBron a little bit, but he's looking for the pass here, like you said.
Yeah.
But 4 guys are looking at LeBron, right? But Klay has to foul here because that's a layup.
Oh, of course, yeah. That was a smart play to do. Yeah.
He has to foul.
Because he at least buys them some time too. Like, even if he has to shoot the free throws, you at least you get a shot.
And now you're putting George Hill at the line. And I remember looking at George Hill and just thinking, I don't know. When he hit the first one, I was like, okay, that's big. And then I saw his face right here coming up on the second one.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. That is a look of a stressed man. You only see a guy look like that when he's thinking and seeing his whole life flash before his eyes. This is the biggest moment of his playing career. This might be, outside of the birth of his children and maybe his wedding, the biggest moment of his life. As I continue. 1 for 1. For 81% in the playoffs, but that was his first free throw that he took all game. Right? It's a pressure cooker. They're in Oakland. I like to set up the drama.
Yeah.
Oakland's loud as fuck too. Like,
Any
they're
last
so
words?
loud.
Any last words before he takes this shot? No? Right.
No.
Oh, I had a feeling he was gonna miss this shot for sure. I was like, this guy's a pussy. He's like, there's no way. And look, you see it. Look, right off of this hit, boom. He shorted it. You wanna know why? Because his balls was tucked between his ass. So fuck, he was definitely.
And it affected him greatly.
And then the infamous.
So Here's the most important thing.
Oh,
Down here, as you can see, each team has a timeout remaining.
yeah.
Each team has a timeout. LeBron didn't know that he had this timeout,
Yep.
and no one calls it, obviously. And when LeBron finds out about the timeout, he like loses his mind. He like completely he crumbles mentally. Like he's completely defeated. It's bizarre. And of course, the awkward seating.
All right. So now when we talk about the nitpicking, right?
Huh?
You gotta talk when you talk about a guy's apex. To me, it's not only the statistics. It's also about like just what he's done. Like, because when I look at an apex game for a specific guy, I think this is his greatest game because he did everything that he does great in this game, and usually it's in a win. But LeBron, I think he does that. I think he does that up to this point for whatever reason. These last 10 seconds of this game and overtime, he just like changed. Like to me, like you were attacking the whole game. You had 49 points going into this. You had the ball on Steph Curry, whether there's 4 guys on him or not. You could have at least attacked. I don't know, but I mean, I'm a very old school mind on that.
Yeah,
So.
I know. I completely understand. When you have a guy that's right underneath the basket, I'm waiting for him to get the timeout message.
Yeah.
But when you have a guy right underneath the basket, and you're a guy who's their whole career has passed it to the open man and made the right play every single time. There's no way he was going to drive on any. He just wasn't going to do that. To him, that's a stupid play.
Yeah, which is okay. Like even to that point, but then
here we go.
Yeah. I was going to get to that.
The last, but you could see him. He's going. We don't have no timeouts left yet.
Yeah. But like
he had a timeout, and that's what.
But
that's
even that though, why did you? He did that for a reason. He wanted to be like.
I just think that was in the moment that he found out. I don't think he was like, I'm going to find out about this time, because he genuinely didn't know until that moment.
He looks like he's about to cry. He looks like he's about to cry.
Yeah,
for sure.
But what does that have to do? Like at this point, it doesn't mean anything in the game, and he's not a dumb guy. Like it doesn't matter no more. If you had timeouts or not, like you had the chance, it still didn't mean you were gonna win the game. Yeah. Like, and he knows that. So it's like, at this point, you still got to try to win the game. And then what he goes on to do is he takes his first shot, like after like 3 or 4 minutes pass in the freaking overtime.
It totally took him out of it.
But to me, that's if we talking about his apex greatest moment or game, that's what kind of just pulls it out of it for me, because maybe it's his top 5, top 3 game in his career, but that's what takes it out of it for me.
So I just remember at the end of this game, they just like they're pushing and shoving, and LeBron's being annoying about it. I just remember I remember that being like, because LeBron was just so angry about taking the loss after working hard or whatever. After the game, he has a interview, right?
Yeah.
Where he walks out on the post-game conference, right? And immediately after that, he breaks his hand. Breaks his hand in the locker room, and you won't see him wear a cast until after the finals.